Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to Fabrizio Romano, Raphael Varane's transfer to Man United is a done deal. He said Raphael Varane is expected to be unveiled as a United player next week. Raphael Varane will fly to Manchester this week, but he will have his medical in the next few days. Manchester United agreed a 41 million fee with Real Madrid for Raphael Varane. It includes add-ons. Raphael Varane will sign a 4-year contract with an option of a further year. Varane has agreed the personal terms with Manchester United. So he's going to be our second major signing this summer. BBC Sports said yesterday that Man United are edging towards a deal with Raphael Varane. And Romano said yesterday that an agreement was almost done between Manchester United and Real Madrid for Varane after more positive talks over the weekend. Raphael Varane definitely decided to leave Real Madrid. He notified Real Madrid that he wants to join Man United this summer. Real Madrid offered Varane a renewal contract offer, but he rejected it. Varane's current contract with Real Madrid expired next year. Raphael Varane endured 10 years at Real Madrid, so he was a long-serving player. He made 360 appearances in all competitions, and he won a lot of trophies at Real Madrid, so reflecting on that, he's got a good pedigree as a player. He won the World Cup with France back in 2018, and he's won 79 caps. Real Madrid did get Varane from Lens back in 2011. We went in for Varane back in 2011 under the Sir Alex Ferguson era. We also went in for him back in 2018 because Woodward was prepared to sanction a £100 million move. But Varane, he will exceed expectations in the Premier League. You know, at Manchester United, I think he's going to replicate what he did in his years with Real Madrid, and what a centre-back partnership that's going to be, Raphael Varane and Harry Maguire, because they'll complement each other very well in our back line. Solskjaer's priority now is a midfielder. There has been quite a few midfielders on our agenda. Saul Niguez, we try to get him from Atletico Madrid. Now recently Manchester United put a bid in. We think we can get Saul Niguez for £45 million. Mundo Deportivo mentioned the other week that Man United were in advanced talks with Saul Niguez's agent. He said Man United are the front runners to sign Niguez. Not so long ago, Solskjaer called Saul Niguez, so reflecting on that, that fueled speculation. Liverpool have been in for Saul Niguez. At one point, Barcelona held talks with Atletico Madrid over a swap deal involving Antoine Griezmann and Saul Niguez. Saul Niguez has been a long-serving player at Atletico Madrid. He's been with them for a good 13 years or so. He's made over 200 appearances in the La Liga. He's got a release clause of 129 million. He's under contract with Atletico Madrid until 2026 because back in 2017 he signed a 9-year contract with Atletico. He can be deployed as a central midfielder or a defensive midfielder. Eduardo Camavinga, we're also trying to get him from Rennes. Was it last week? He said Man United moved ahead of Arsenal in the race to sign Ruben Neves from Wolves. He said Wolves are willing to sell him for £35 million. I'd certainly take Ruben Neves at Manchester United because his performances for Wolves have been superb, and obviously with him being Premier League proven, that's beneficial. Ruben Neves has got a contract with Wolves until 2024. He's made 151 appearances in the Premier League for Wolves. Wolves paid 15.8 million for him from Porto. Wolves are aware though of how much of an imperative player that Ruben Neves is. You know, don't forget Wolves lost Diego Jota last year to Liverpool. And Wolves haven't been the same since he left. He also lost Matt Doherty. Declan Rice from West Ham, we're still in for him. I heard that Declan Rice is interested in making a move to Man United. And Leon Goretzka, Man United have also been linked with him. You know, Man United are enjoying a good summer transfer window. Obviously, we brought Tom Heaton in on a free transfer from Aston Villa. We also brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund. We confirmed the signing of Jadon Sancho last Friday. And we've got Raphael Varane in. Solskjaer did say he wants to make around 4 signings in this summer transfer window. And he did identify the areas in the squad where he wants to strengthen up. It's about time though Solskjaer got the backing he deserves because he wasn't backed enough for such a long time. This summer transfer window is Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. Like I said, we're not only going to focus on the incomings in this summer transfer window, we're also going to focus on the outgoings as well. Now, you know the news on Paul Pogba. Solskjaer recently gave us an update on Paul Pogba's contract situation. He said Man United is still in talks with Paul Pogba's representatives over a new contract. Sky Sports did say that Paul Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract. And was it last week? He said Pogba rejected a new 50 million contract offer at Manchester United. So he's set to leave. Paul Pogba's current contract expires next year because last season we triggered that 1 year extension on his contract. But a new contract for Paul Pogba at Manchester United could see him stay at the club for the rest of his career. Pogba could be going to PSG because it recently said that Man United are expecting a Paul Pogba bid from PSG. We're expecting PSG to make their move for Pogba before the transfer window shuts. PSG are confident that £43 million will be enough. PSG have held talks with Paul Pogba's agent Mino Raiola. Not so long ago, Pogba was discussing the personal terms with PSG. At that point, it said that PSG had made no formal contact with Man United over Pogba. PSG are willing to put some of their players up for sale to get Pogba on the board. But a few weeks ago now, Foot Mercato said that Pogba wants to join PSG this summer. PSG wants to partner Pogba alongside Wijnaldum in their midfield. Pogba's also been linked to Real Madrid. He's been linked with his former club Juventus. Barcelona have been in for him and Inter Milan have been in for him before, so he has had a long running transfer saga. If Pogba is to leave Man United in this summer transfer window, we need to get a good adequate replacement for him. Mino Raiola has obviously been desperate to get Pogba out of the football club. He did a lot of talking last season. He made an announcement back in December last year regarding Pogba. He said that Pogba's career at Man United is over. He said he's unhappy and he has to leave and he's got no intentions of extending his contract. And Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement. Pogba produced his best performances for us in the last couple of months of last season. At one point last season though, he was out with a thigh injury for a while. Pogba's endured 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far. Pogba endured a difficult time under the Jose Mourinho era. We had Pogba under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. Pogba's our most expensive sign at the moment because we paid £89 million for him. I think Jesse Lingard should leave Manchester United, but I don't think he's going to. Solskjaer did say not so long ago that Lingard will be part of Man United for the new season. Solskjaer recently hinted that Martial and Lingard have got a role to play for next season. At one point, he said Lingard told Solskjaer in a meeting that he wants to stay at Manchester United. And it also said that Man United were preparing to offer Lingard a new 3-year contract worth £130,000 a week. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires next year. Lingard did have a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and he made an impact. West Ham obviously want to get Lingard, but they've been struggling to meet his asking price. We want around £30 million. I heard that Everton entered the race for Lingard. We need to offload Martial in this summer transfer window, but reports said a few weeks ago that Martial is now staying at Manchester United. A lot of United fans want Martial to go because he's not good enough to represent the club. Martial has been at Manchester United for over 6 years now. He's scored like 78 goals in all competitions and he's made over 200 appearances in all competitions. Martial's got a contract with Man United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. Got Martial in a deal worth 58 million from Monaco. I reckon Martial's had 2 good seasons. He was good in his debut season under Van Gaal, and he was good the season before last. Last season he was out with a knee injury for a while. I think we should also offload Donny van de Beek. The last time I read up about Donny van de Beek though, he said he's set to snub interest from Germany, France and Italy to stay at Manchester United. Van de Beek has only endured 1 full season at the club. He's made like 36 appearances for us in all competitions, but most of them appearances have come from the bench. I think Van de Beek only started like 4 games in the league last season. When we got Van de Beek though, I expected him to start a hell of a lot more games than he has done. You know, we got Van de Beek for £40 million from Ajax last year. He's got a contract with Man United till 2025 and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Before the Euros though, it said that Van de Beek was set for showdown talks with Solskjaer over his future, and he did get ruled out of the Euros, didn't he, because of injury. Juan Mata, I think we should offload him, but I don't think we're going to, because don't forget Juan Mata extended his contract until June 2022. Juan Mata has had a good career at Man United. He's been at the club now over 7 years. We got Juan Mata for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2014. The first part of last season he rejected an 18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. Juan Mata doesn't really get in our 11, does he? And Juan Mata has lost that yard of pace and he is ageing up. You can play Juan Mata in the number 10, you can also put him on the right hand side. Matic, he's another player that Manchester United need to offload, but I don't think we're going to be offloading him in this summer transfer window. I've got strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a static player, he's ageing up as well, and analysing the vast majority of his games at Man United he's been inconsistent. Matic has been at Man United over 4 years now. We got him for 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Brandon Williams, I think there's a good chance we're going to loan him out to gain him more experience and to get him a lot more opportunities. Because Williams is our 3rd choice left back, he hardly plays for us. Alex Telles, I think we should offload him because he hardly plays for us. When we got Telles last year, I expected him to be our first choice left back immediately. He's only made like 9 appearances for us in the Premier League. The reason we brought Telles in was to provide competition for Shaw. We got Telles for 15.4 million. He's got a contract with Man United until 2024. It said not so long ago that Inter Milan wanted Telles on loan, and Sky in Italy said the other week that Roma were in talks to sign Alex Telles as a replacement for the injured Leonardo Spinazzola. Phil Jones, he's another player we have to offload because Jones has always been inconsistent, plus he doesn't get in our 11 and he was out of injury for a while last season. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. Being a long-serving player at Man United, he's enjoyed 10 years at the club. Delors, he's another player that needs to leave. He was out on loan with AC Milan last season. Andres Pereira, we need to offload him. He was out on loan with Lazio last season. We've agreed to let Axel Tuanzebe go, as you all know, and I think we need to offload De Gea, but looks like De Gea is going to be staying. Next season is going to be massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and he is aware of that. Next season Solskjaer has to win a trophy at Manchester United because he's not yet won a trophy at Man United, and he's been Manchester United manager around 31 months now, which is over 2 years. We haven't won a trophy since 2017, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. I'd say next season Solskjaer's got to improve his decision making if he is to remain Manchester United manager, because in a lot of the games he's managed so far at Man United he has been tactically naive. But next season Solskjaer's got big expectations to exceed. Solskjaer's ambition for next season is to win the Premier League. Obviously there is United fans that are very sceptical that we're going to win a title under Ole. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013, which is a good 8 years ago now. Solskjaer recently signed a new contract at Manchester United until 2024. There's an option of a further year. I think a lot of United fans are unhappy that he signed this new 3-year contract because Solskjaer won't see out this new contract because, like I've said, he's not the long-term manager for Manchester United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. I do think Ole needs more time. He does deserve at least one more season. But obviously there's United fans that are Ole in, there's also United fans that are Ole out. I've criticised Solskjaer a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United, but I've had my reasons behind it. In a way, I'm surprised that Solskjaer is still Manchester United manager, because we've endured very bad periods under him where he's been extremely close to getting sacked. And we lost the Europa League final to Villarreal last season. But whatever happens regarding Solskjaer, we'll always adore him because at the end of the day, he is a club legend. But yeah, I am expecting him to get sacked at some point next season. Who's going to be our next manager if Solskjaer does eventually get sacked? You know, I think we need someone in with a proven pedigree and someone who's going to suit the strappings of the club. You know, Ole is our fourth permanent manager since Ferguson. You know, since Ferguson we sacked Moyes, we sacked Van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho. But I do think that Ole is our best manager since Ferguson because in certain aspects he has brought consistency back. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. The reason we give Solskjaer the job permanently back in March 2019 was reflecting how well he did as the interim manager in that 3-month period. There was United fans that thought we made a mistake giving him the job permanently. But you know, there is things that I've got to credit Solskjaer for. Solskjaer has more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players. I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. You know, Solskjaer has made good signings as Manchester United manager. He has now spent over £300 million at the club. He's got rid of a lot of players since he's come in. In Solskjaer's first full season, you know, he got us to 3 semi-finals. He also got us a 3rd place finish. In his second full season, did well in quite a lot of aspects. You know, he got us to the Europa League final, got us to the FA Cup quarter final, got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. Last season got us a 2nd place finish, and last season went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League, so that was a record. And at one point last season, Solskjaer got us top of the Premier League for the first time since 2013. And in general, you've got to say Solskjaer's done a pretty good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done, so in that aspect, I am shocked. You know, when we have been inconsistent, not all the blame has stemmed from Ole. Obviously, he's been accountable for certain things, but I think during a lot of them bad periods, obviously there's certain players that have had to take responsibility. Obviously the board and that have been accountable for how poor our recruitment was for such a long time. You know, Woodward's been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. Woodward's leaving Manchester United. He's had a 16-year association with the club. The Glazers, they've been definitely one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time because the Glazers have put Manchester United in so much debt. A lot of United fans were demanding the Glazers out, and towards the end of last season there was a lot of United fans protesting against the Glazers at Old Trafford. You know, the Glazers have had a 16-year association with the club, and they bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. Don't forget, last month on the 4th of June, Joe Glazer attended a fans forum, his first attendance in 15-16 years, and he did promise Man United supporters that Solskjaer would get the funds that are available. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.